terribly surprised if Kaigalichu is popular in the tournament this weekend because Ardent was popular last weekend. It kind of goes in a circle, which means like Turbo PA can get back out ahead again. It also had the highest win rate in the bash. Like literally just have the data. Like people were playing all these main deck hate cards, and this deck literally just had the highest win percentage still. Because it's busted. And this deck's a gas to play. I don't even if it's not good, like this deck is everything I want to be doing in Hex, so we're still going to play it on stream. I think this deck gives good players a lot of room to take advantage of their opponents making mistakes. I don't think Cockatrice is an answer to this deck. For reference, like they make you discard 2 and then you play a draw 3 and like smile and like keep playing Hex. Diamond? Still no diamond. Keep trying for a diamond. Attack for 1. Look, man, I get it. I can sit here and say like everything went well for the Turbo PA player as well. I accept that this deck is not powerful enough that like when you sit there and draw up your perfect hand and the Turbo PA player doesn't draw well, like that you're going to be able to beat the Turbo PA player. I believe you that is the case. I'm going to Runebind this Thunderfield Seer because I know there's a resource on top of my deck, so I'm going to get it back next turn. An opponent's deck, like we've drawn very poorly this game. We hit diamond here, so like maybe we have a chance, but like opponents drawn very well. They have Fury Chant on 2 and 3, so that's like their best possible start. Yeah, I think there's a good chance we just die to these Fury Chants. Unless we hit our double prophesized card or a the draw 3 here. Alright, that could be anything. God. Yeah, and again, like, this deck's not so busted that, like, when you run, like, absolute rancid ass that you're not going to be able to win. But we definitely ran, like, absolute rancid ass that game. This deck is trying to cast Ascension as fast as possible. That's what it's doing. We're going to board in 2 copies of Scouring Light. I'm going to board out 2 Transmogrifades. Actually, all the Transmogrifades are probably bad, right? Bring in these. Again, I'm just timing you out because I've told you why you're wrong. Usually I don't have to do that in Hex streams. It's weird. Usually I explain why people are wrong and they understand. Got something to drink? So, for people that don't understand why I timed that person out, this is a pretty easy redraw. They were talking about why they feel the Turbo PA deck isn't playable right now. And the Turbo PA deck literally, and this is why I love Hex, because we have the data, because when in Magic, when you talk to people like that are idiots, you have to like be like, no, I have experience, you have to trust me. In Hex, I just get to say, no, we have all the data from the Bash. Turbo PA literally had the highest win rate of any deck in the Bash last weekend. So that literally had the highest win rate. Don't even have to take my word for it, even though I have lots of experience. You can look at the actual data and know that you're wrong. Look at the data and know that you are in fact incorrect in your statement. Alright, what are we doing here? Thunderfield Seer? You want to start generating cards? Seer sounds good. Next turn we can use guidance to guarantee our fourth resource drop, or Heart's Whisper. Sorry. If you want to jump into competitive Hex and you want a deck that's pretty much rotation proof, the what's it called deck? Oh, I'm blanking on its name. The Ardent deck is actually fairly rotation proof. Rolf has Fury Chant on 2 again. Their deck is literally unplayable without this card, and they have it on 2 every game. It's just like the Hailhawk deck, right? Just like, doesn't do anything without the Hailstorm card. Oh, yeah, we have Into the Unknown. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Deck is literally unplayable without the card. We'll get rid of that card. Sounds good. Do this. Get this. I'm gonna wait on this. May give them playable cards, that's fair. So, Into the Unknowing Prismatic cards generally isn't a stellar game plan, but that one's a good one to get rid of. There's a good chance that that one turns them into another threat, so they can still win the game, but we've definitely now axed their 2 primary ways to win the game. Alright, we're gonna cut another resource out of this deck, I think. Let's cut to 16. Yeah, Schroeder. Tool's great. Their champ lets them draw 2 cards and then discard 1 at random. Looted my deck with bad cards, and now I drew bad cards. Am I rune binding one of these candles? I feel like I am. Maybe if they throw champion power, I'll do it. Let's take another hit here. Wax Dawn resolves. Now I'm going to runebind 2 of these things. He's off the table. Oh, geez. I can runebind these and then Scouring Light them away? I'm going to wait and make them hit their champion power first, though. I can respond to this. All right, so we spent 3 cards getting rid of 2 candles. Not stellar. Tilt. Looks like we're gonna die. Dead. Alright, I'm gonna cut another resource out of this deck. Pretty sure we can do that. And another Evaporate. The Boomsmith was a what's it called for reference? It was a an Into the Unknown Fury chant. We turned their one piece of draft chaff into a different piece of draft chaff. Yeah, put playable cards into their deck. God, you're a giant disaster child of mine. Double Light the Votives against Torque. Sign me up. We're on the play too. That's sweet. So we'll probably go Sapphire double Light this turn. Make 3/1/1s. Block. No play is good for us. Cyclone Shaper. Sign me up. Arch Whisper's great. Gets it mobilized. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Just keep getting our freebies here. We had Light the Votives, it'd be great. I mean, for what it's worth, PayPal is notoriously buyer sided. So like, if you don't send them the money as a friends and family gift, do it as an actual transaction, and PayPal will like almost certainly have your back. There's the Consult the Talons. Man, all I want to do is talk to the birds. Have you heard about the bird? I said a bird. Bird's a word. I said a bird. Have you heard about the bird? I said a bird. Bird's a word. I said a bird. What you got, friendo? Electro Fry. Well, that is certainly rude. Have a dread transport that's gonna die. That is, man. Answer to your question: no, no, it is not. Man, look how much better this Evaporate is than another resource would be here. Just like, for the record. It's like, let the record reflect how much better this Evaporate is than a resource would have been. Man, main deck Crimson Bolts. Show me on the doll where the Turbo PA deck touched you, friend. Just all the hate. Why did I empower that? I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, well there's the Consult the Talons I'd been asking for, and I can't play this next turn because I'm an idiot. That's a tilt. Ah. So I'm assuming they're going to flip this and then hit this, and then when they get into combat, I'm going to go ahead and Runebind this Storko. Alright, Runebind that one. We'll take our lick for 6 from this Mama Yeti. There are a couple Newtons left, kiddo. Oh, God. God bless it. That's good. Is that one good? I feel like that one's good. If I hadn't empowered this, we'd just destroy them, probably. But I empowered it because I was misclicking. Right. Saying there's a chance. Alright. Now we're gonna hit this and make all my candles 2/2s. Your move, opponent. They have a shard in their hand. Good deal. Come at me. Oh, sure. That does not seem like a profitable attack for my opponent. Man, just Electrofry and Crimson Bolts and just like all these cards that should be good against us, just like... Am I putting some copies of Verdict of the Ancient Kings in my deck? I feel like I am. I feel like I want a couple of Verdict of the Ancient Kings for the Electrofry deck. Do that and start the game. It's okay. Yeah, Blight Knight's fine. Blight Knight's a very, very powerful, reasonable hate card. Drawing an Onslow Shard here on one's actually pretty good for us because it means I get to play this Thunderfield Seer out here so we can block things. Yeah, and imagine, like, again, these Evaporates could be additional Sapphire Shards. Just like every time we've drawn them, they've been better as Evaporates. It's like snapping a block here, preserve our life total. So, again, for people that don't understand how TCG metagames work, the trick isn't beating Turbo PA. The trick is beating Turbo PA while also not getting dumpstered by the Ardent deck and not getting dumpstered by Kaigu. Because in a game that's well designed like Hex, there are a lot of different decks that are powerful and reasonable. Even though I think Turbo PA is probably the best deck in the current format, there are a bunch of decks that are doing powerful, reasonable things. Which means that you can't just beat just Turbo PA because there's all these other people playing all these other things. If you look at the results of the bash and like the decks that people are entering the tournament with, there's more Ardent and more Kaigu than there is Turbo PA. So your goal isn't to beat just this most powerful deck. It's to beat this most powerful deck while also being reasonable against other things. Have a day break. Enjoy. I'm just gonna keep taking these hits here, I think. We're kind of just spinning our tires for now. Man, that's a tilt. We have to keep getting resources because we don't have diamond. Which is one of the downsides of this deck. Like, you're leaning on your Fate Weave hard, so when your Fate Weave doesn't line up right, it definitely hurts. We have 3 more interactive cards in my hand, though, so we're going to slow our opponent down a good bit. Probably waiting on, like, my opponent to hit their champion power play and Mama Yeti to pull the trigger on this Evaporate. Mama Yeti. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, the format's well designed. I'm just answering, like, I'm just responding to the statements that people keep saying, like, my brew X is really good against Turbo PA, and it's like, I don't doubt that your deck's really good against Turbo PA. What I question is that your deck probably can't be really good against Turbo PA while also not being a garbage fire against the other decks that are popular. Transmog this guy, so it loses speed. This gal. Cavern Sentry. Hey, coach. Morning, afternoon. You're overseas somewhere, right? So it's probably afternoon by you. Non-resource on top of my deck. Finally. 4 Fate Weaves later. Alright, got some blockers. No, there's a non-resource on top of our deck. No blocks. Hopefully we hit a Consult the Talon and then combo off here. That's really rude, opponent. I'm gonna Runebind this, just like hope for the best. Probably gonna lose this one. We get to play next game on the play though. Short of that being relevant. Oh, are you East Coast, Coach? I don't know why I thought you were in the UK somewhere. Don't you poke my nose. That's my nose. Where's Declan's nose? Yeah, that's Declan's nose. Good job. Ow. It hurts, monster. Have to redraw well hand. Seems okay. This hand like needs shards and needs non-shards. So the problem with the Diamond Sapphire deck is that this deck can rebuild way faster than you are. Like, Diamond Sapphire controls best win condition is Psychic Ascension, and this deck is a much better Psychic Ascension deck than you are. What do you want? You want this paper? Is that what you want? You want the paper? I'm gonna hold this to block for not block for now. If we draw a Cosmic Calling or something, I want to use it to mobilize. Kind of sucks. And again, just like flooding on our 16 shard deck. It's not been a good showing for the PA deck today. I don't think your control deck is good against the Ardent Sockets deck. The Ardent Sockets deck just like demolished all the control decks every season. Oh, it's because I'm not using the Exalted Sleeve. That's the kick, yep. Stop screaming, demon. Anyone that thinks that they always run bad just isn't being able to recognize the mistakes they're actually making during a game. We're in a decent spot. We're in a pretty terrible spot. Do I want to Runebind this, or do I want to burn the Cosmic Calling? I think I want to just Runebind this. Luck. Do I want to mobilize off of this? I feel like I don't. I didn't say bad luck doesn't exist. What I said was people who think they only have bad luck generally aren't looking hard enough at the mistakes that they're making. You are going to lose a non-zero number of TCG games that are to things that are outside of your control. Like I said, even just today, like I said, we're running a little bit poorly today. But there's more. Well, you will occasionally lose 2 or 3 of your games or matches to variants. A lot of the time, more often than not, that's not the reason you are losing games. Because I might want to block her, Burgle. What am I transmogging here? Probably the Matriarch? Certainly the Matriarch. Pretty dead. Alright, the deck full of hate cards got us. I guess we could hit a Shaper here. That doesn't even do it, right? Is that not gonna be enough? Man, we are just hemorrhaging ladder rank. Weird, keepable 7. That's strange. Next turn we can have Thunderfield Seer plus a Cosmic Calling up. If we put a Slow Shard on top of our deck, we'll probably just go Slow Shard Thunderfield Seer. I mean, we don't actually know if the Evaporate's better as a shard here, Bob. And like, I have access to like 4 shards guaranteed here. So like, what's the issue? When I'm playing some kind of treasure shard deck here, it looks like. I'm obligated to take the consult with the prophecy. Not blocking with this anyways, might as well attack. Next turn we can go shard, champ, power this if we want, but then we'd have to discard. I guess playing this means I can Runebind interaction here. Alright, sure. Fair. Alright. I'll take a freebie. We got dumpstered twice, I'll take a freebie. PA deck too strong. Oh, baby. My body is ready for a mirror. My body is ready for a mirror. Yep, yeah, 16 shards in this deck. Shaper would be unplayable if it was symmetrical. I'm gonna take this. It gives us the higher probability of comboing off faster. Two ships passing isn't accurate at all. Both these decks have Transmogrifades and Runebinds in them. Like these decks have more interaction than the aggressive decks do. Like, you know. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Transmog there, actually. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to hold up Transmog, right? I think Modern's a format where you could see anything in the top 8 of a major tournament. Yeah, it's probably supposed to hold up Transmog here. Yeah. Yeah, dumpster me, opponent. Yeah. See, messed up. We gonna die. Why did they make them 2/2s? I don't understand. Sure. Huh. That, huh. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. If they don't have a Transmog or Runebind and we get to do stuff with this next turn, we're in a pretty good spot. No blocks. Ugh. I'm gonna come up short here, right? And like, remember when the mouth breather in chat was like, these are 2 ships passing in the night, there's no interaction here, and then like both of us interacted with each other and I lost the game because my opponent had interaction? Yeah. It's just like the idiot on the forums. There was an idiot on the forums who was just like, this deck has the highest variance of any Hex TCG deck ever. And I was like, this is actually one of the lower variance Hex decks I've ever played because of all the card selection and fate weaving it has. It's just like, you want Into the Unknowns in this matchup? Runebind's pretty mediocre, right? Let's do this. That's fine. I guess they could have hit spiders, sure. And like, for the record, the person who said that on the forums is just like one of the consistent like forums shit posters, just like constantly spews nonsense. Like, not terribly surprising to hear that. I think the 5-color humans deck that won Cincinnati was a powerful, linear, mostly non-interactive deck, so it's probably a fine choice in Modern. Like, pick something, be linear, and like do your linear thing well. That's what the format's about. Have the ability to run people down. I agree. This deck is very, very interesting. It's one of my probably my favorite Hex deck of all time. Let's go ahead and put Tribunal Magistrate out. If they don't have an answer right away, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And they don't have any Sapphire yet either, so like, they might not have an answer for this. So Tribunal Magistrate's one of the hate cards you have for the mirror. It says whenever your opponent plays a non-resource, they get 2 spider eggs in their deck. So while they're just cycling through their deck, they're going to get more and more eggs in it. All right, there's a Sapphire for him. They have the Transmogrifade. Okay. They passed minigame number 1. A resource on top of our deck. Man, we can just... I'm really... And you know what the funny part is too? Because I cut 2 Sapphire Shards out of my deck, I'm actually more likely to hit Diamond when I Fate Weave in this configuration when I'm on all Sapphire than not. Because of the modification to the resource base. So like, the fact that we've been like multiple Fate Weave and missing on Diamond multiple times today is like less likely than under the build with 18 resources. Alright, you got a consult? Yep. It's pretty bad for us. I think I'm supposed to play the Fate Weave there so I can try and get to my Diamond on time. There's not a lot we can do about that, having missed it. Hey, look. My life's like a diamond. Alright. Go ahead and get rid of that one. They left Runebind in. Okay, sure. Each has her own. Oh, I'm probably supposed to do that first, right? Yeah, I'm probably supposed to have Thunderfield Seared first there. It's not free. You had to exhaust a bunch of things. Yeah, Cassia basically just like, it's a champion power that says like, this champion power generates 2 resources for you. It also gives you like the random candle beats that happen on occasionally. Like in addition to making you extra things for mobilizing, it also gives you like the ability to like pump up your squad and like go on the mediocre candle beats. Man, we are just running ice cold today. We are super dead. Let's play one more before Jake gets home from school. It's like 0-3 in actual matches played. Ugh. Not smart enough to play Turbo P anymore. Gotta play the Ardent deck. I mean, the upside is it didn't cost me $24 to lose 6 matches today. So I've got that going for me. Animus is very good. Yeah, it's really, so it's actually really weird. This is kind of like something that annoys me. The Clash gives you limited ladder rank, but the Bash doesn't give you constructed ladder ranking, which seems wrong. I feel like they should either both give you ladder ranking, or neither should give you ladder ranking. It seems wrong that one does and the other doesn't. I have 2 decks in the donation queue currently. I pretty much always have decks in the queue. It's pretty rare that there's nothing in there. Just inconsistent. I would agree with you if you didn't regularly get down paired and if Cosmic was difficult to get into, but like everyone that plays enough Hex is going to get into Cosmic every season. So like this season ends at the end of the month. Wow, that's a Seeing Red. Alrighty. It's guidance for Shard. And then I got really punished for not holding up Transmog that turn. Woof. Yeah, like, the point of Cosmic is, like, different from, like, rankings in some other games that have ladders. Like, the actual ranking on, like, how well you're playing doesn't really start until you hit Cosmic and you're getting ranked against other Cosmic players. The climb from Bronze to Cosmic is mostly just to reward you for playing Hex. I mean, like, he didn't play bad decks. Playing bad decks is silly. Those are pretty good hits. I think I should take another Runebind here. Just, like, max out and waits to interact with my opponent. Four pieces of 1-cost interaction here. No! There was a Cyclone Shaper on top of my deck and he just melted over. Tilt. Alright, well, we're gonna Runebind this, I guess. We probably would have killed them next turn if I'd have... Ooh, we found a Shaper, so maybe we will kill them. Here's Johnny. Are we doing it, fam? Are we finally doing it? We're not doing it anymore, are we? I'm gonna have to discard something here. Just Runebind this Depth Crawler. If they kill this, I might be in trouble. Because they have that Gobbler in their hand. How hard is rotation hitting that when you think? It's not really going to, right? Runebind the crap out of this. That way they can't play anything else this turn. And then next turn we get to Heart's Whisper and just like do our thing. Yeah, opponent packs it in. Is Tribunal Magistrate good in this matchup? I feel like Tribunal Magistrate's probably okay against them, right? Although, is it better than anything else I have? Probably not. I think I'm just going to click Submit. And the cheapest deck is Furryco. Let me look at the Furryco deck. Is anything rotating out of here? Lanupod Sight is going to rotate out of there, but you can fill other things in that slot, I think. It's just Lanupod Sight, and not all the builds of the Furryco deck have even played Lanupod Sight, historically speaking, so probably going to be fine. Annoying. I could have waited and just runebound that. Let's put a non-resource on top here. It's another Seeing Red. Just a Valor, God bless. You're taking a lot of damage really quickly here. I need Transmogs and Evaporates ASAP. Another Consult is not what we are looking for. That is not what we are looking for. I mean, half our shards are slow, right? I guess we're not just dead, but we're probably pretty dead here. Alright. It's the start of something beautiful. That's the continuation of something beautiful. Pretty unlikely to win here, but, you know. Just dead, right? If we'd have, like, hit this and done that and, like, had a Transmog, we, like, might have had a chance here, but we're just gonna be dead to these two. They're gonna make another Valor. So, like, that turn there is, like, a play to win versus a play to not lose scenario, and like blocking with my Thunderfield with my Shaper there is like definitely a we're losing this game type scenario. So I don't think it's worth holding. I think I'd rather just like try and actually win the game as opposed to like trying to not die. Hi, Declan. Weens.
Please. I do that. Go.
It's actually a really good draw because it means we can play Seer plus Cosmic Calling this turn. Beta, really? Think so? Think so? Someone said little baby. Say I'm a giant guy. I'm 2.
Guy.
Me Declan Cam? Guy.
Go down.
Declan's a huge guy. Call to me, Cosmics. Call to me. I mean, I guess I'll take the one that draws a card at this point. It's a good pickup. See if this resolves. Yep. Hey, Gobbler on 3 again. Holy crap, are we dead? We just can't win the game anymore, right? Just like didn't board it into the unknown. Do I have Runebind in my? I have Runebind in my deck. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
Go.
Oh, geez, and we're flooding. A non-resource on top of my deck here. Thankfully, a lot of these things like Cosmic Callings and stuff haven't actually counted as drawing cards. This counts as drawing cards. We're gonna take 3 off of this one. Like, a lot of what we just did there was, like, looking at cards and then picking our favorite. And again, flooding on 16 shards. Sure, Eva Shaper. Alright, that's a Runebind. Am I taking this Heart's Whisper here? I feel like I might be, right? I'm gonna evaporate this. I'm gonna Runebind this.
Here you go. What's that?
Actually, not in that terrible of a spot.
The card? Get the card.
I'm gonna leave this back to block in case they Flickering Gobbler us.
Good job. Egg. Wish.
Alright, we just gotta beat him down before we die to this Mind Spire. Probably still playing this Heart's Whisper next turn just to like try and find a Runebind or something. If we re-Runebind this Mind Pyre, we can refute it with this refute that we got from the Paragon of Thought. You're very loud, child. Opponent said 4 shards and a Cyclone Shaper. GG's. Alright. Yay, we beat the Mind Spire. 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 Nice hate card. Nice hate card. Nice hate card. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here for the day. Jake's gonna be home from school very soon. Thank you everyone for hanging out this morning. If you didn't catch the first 2 decks that we played today, they're up on YouTube now, and this one will go up there shortly. I will be back tomorrow morning with some Magic followed by some Hex. Peace, folks.